welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So today, hopefully, if I make sure I do it, you will get a episode, a double upload, because I've already had one of my pre-made builds that I scheduled to come out this week. But then yesterday I was like struck with inspiration to do a semi-detached 70s house, which I've been talking about. I want to do this British semi-detached 70s styled house for the longest time, but I don't know why I was intimidated, because in my mind you need to utilize the terrain tool to do it. So I think if you saw on my community post that I did show a picture, the unedited, because I normally, obviously I have to edit my thumbnails, but I normally edit them in a way that crispens up the lines, because if you take a screenshot on the Sims of whatever you do, in 9 times out of 10 it's gonna be quite jagged in terms of the line, because I don't have the best graphics in the world. So yeah, I'm gonna clean it up a little bit more, but I was struck with the inspiration of doing a 70s British style semi-detached home. So I started doing it yesterday and I was so into it and I was so excited. But then in my head, I was like, no, I need to get this video out today. I can't, if I delay this video any more days to do it, that it's just going to end up as one of the other pieces within my backlog that will potentially take me years to not years, that's a bit romantic, but it'll probably take me months until I actually upload it for you guys. So what I decided to do was that I decided, okay, I'll do my favorite part of the build, which is doing the exterior. And I did that, and at one point I really thought to myself, I was gonna do this, I'm not gonna talk too much about it, but I was gonna do the second build, because it's a semi-detached, so it's 2 builds in one. And I was gonna do the second build exactly like the first one, but then I started changing it up so much, but I didn't record it because I didn't want it to be time consuming with how long it will take. But then I just kind of sat there to myself, I was like, the second one is my favorite one, and I didn't record that, but that's okay, because at least I recorded something. So I think I'm gonna decorate the second one for the sake of it's my favorite one, and I didn't get to record the externals of it, so I'm gonna record the internals of it. Internals, interior, externals, exterior. And yeah, but today we are building this cute Cinti. I feel like that's not the right way to say. Um, Today we're going to be building this cute city apartment complex that's got a clothing store down below, a boba shop, a laundromat, and a subway. So let's just get to the bulk of the issue here. I've said before, when was the last time I used basements? I think I used it for, I can't think. Oh wait, I think I used it for the London townhouse. So that's the last time I used basements. And I think you guys know, I said in that video that I am never gonna use basements again, or I'm not gonna use them for a long time. Here's the problem. I really love using basements. I think it's such a cool tool and I just love it. And I'm fighting every single thought in my mind not to do this underground house, because I want to do it, but I know it just glitches out so much when I record it. Not my actual gameplay, but the recording of it. So I said to myself I was going to spend a majority of this weekend trying to understand OBS, but then when I looked at this recording that I'm showcasing to you guys right now, I was like, this is not glitching at all, except for the basement, but it's not glitching at all. So it's not necessarily 100% my recorded software. It's just certain worlds sometimes really glitch out my game, and certain lots really glitch out my game. But I was doing this and I was like, oh, I just really love to do in that basement, doing the underground subway. One issue is, one aspect I don't like about it, I don't like the entrance and the exits of the actual train itself, just because we don't have a big archway, and I didn't think anything else would have suited, because it would have been a little too big. Like I could have utilized that tool we have within Build By, where you can change the wall into like a strip of like wood or something, and I could have utilized that, but I was like, that's too big. I needed to be a big arch, but I don't have big arches that aren't CC, and you can't strengthen, you can't expand, enlarge, you can't basically make them bigger. And yeah, that was a little bit of an annoyance within the subway part, but beyond that, I do like the subway. Could the subway be a tad bit dirtier? Yeah, it could. But I did such a grungy styled build for the previous build that I just really wanted to do something a little bit simpler, a little bit cleaner, a bit cutesy. Am I 100% satisfied with this build? I was until I went onto YouTube this past 2 days and I started watching other people's speed builds, and I looked back at my speed build and I was like, I don't like you anymore. And it's because of the whole issue of I felt it was far too tall. But the thing is, you need to have tall builds for stuff like this. And I think one of the issues I felt with it is because I was looking at it through the perspective of the lot and how it's placed down. So it looks like it's tall and going all the way back, when realistically in my head, and if you guys were to place it on a different lot, I'll have this side where the stairs go up to the laundry, like the side where you can see the name of the apartment as the front, like right here, that's where the front would be. And here where we were just at would be the back. So it'll be the 30 that would be the front, and then the 20 goes along the back. And I think that's why I wasn't as satisfied with it as I could be. And I've been watching so many videos for people getting ready for the Sims 4 end pack. And I've been seeing people do a lot of community based stuff. So I'm not going to say that this doesn't have community based stuff, because it does. But as in, it's more expanded. So it will be, for example, this, and then some other parts as well around it, almost like the cyber city and stuff like that. Really, really inspires me. So I I got it into my head that I wanted to do a almost is it, how do you say, is FAWKES, from Twilight. I think it's that 10. I'm not too sure how to say it. I get really like jumbled up when it comes to words that kind of dip low with a W, because my accent, for some reason, it just wants to instantly go into a swear word when I do that. And I do swear a lot, but to keep things PG, I don't swear that much, if at all, on my YouTube. But I do have the words like that. It makes my accent dip to the point that that it can sound sometimes like I'm saying a swear word or a curse word, or however you like to say it. And it happens so much. And if you watch my videos, certain words just drop down into a swear word. And it happened before, embarrassingly so, in my tour in my British builds video, where I'm referencing an item, and the way that my accent dips, it doesn't sound like I'm saying that specific item. Even the transcript, when I was looking at it, I was like, did the transcript pick this up? And even the transcript was like, you just said a word I don't want to say. So I was like, okay, I've learned now certain words that I feel like, especially with the voice changer as well, since it's trying to mimic my voice, but it's I've got a British accent, but it's trying to mimic my voice and change it the way I need it to change, but it's doing it through an American accent. So it ends up being this jumbled dupe kind of thing where it's like a melding of a British American accent. And since my voice is lower set and it's trying to go up to the higher, cherrier set, it's also fighting it, because it's like, how do I go this low? How do I go this high? How do I go this British? How do I go this American? And it ends up with the mess that is my voice changer. But honestly, I've started to love it. Like, I was listening to my voice over the other day for the rundown apartment, and I was like, you know what? I'm getting so much better at my voiceovers. I'm sounding a little bit more lively. I've learned when doing voiceovers, you move around, you are not constricted. I can just move my head around, move my body around, do it as if I was physically talking to you guys. And that's really helped a lot with just the tone of my voice in my videos. I think life has a funny way of doing things, because just after I said that, everyone started to go to sleep, so I can't talk as loudly as I was before. But that's okay. I will keep into it. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was talking about the tone of my voice. That's not that much of an interested topic, so I'll drop that topic, and I will speak about what inspired me to do this build. So what inspired me to do this build is because I've done multiple builds, multiple city complex builds, but with this specific build, what inspired me is that I wanted to do that kind of fun city area kind of thing. I love city views, even though one day I do want to live in like a woodsy environment. We've had this whole conversation before, but I do love city environments, and it's a wish I have to one day live in a urban city environment during my 20s, just because I feel like that's the time where you truly get to enjoy such a place. So I was thinking about that, and I was thinking I've done a grinchier version. I've just done a rundown version. Well, no, actually, I did the rundown one afterwards. Yeah, I did the rundown one afterwards. But I have done cities to an extent, but I haven't done anything that's just kind of, I think the best way to describe it is lo-fi. Like, this is the place where you would go around whilst listening to lo-fi music, or you would just walk through it as lo-fi, and it just feels so calming. It feels so at peace, and it's cute, it's bubbly, and I was like, yeah, this is a vibe. And I used to do builds like this all the time before my YouTube channel. I did it like how many? It's like 2 years ago, maybe. I would consistently. It was during my first year, but it was during that period in time in 2020 where I couldn't necessarily actually go to university, so I spent it at home. So any free time I had, I'll just play The Sims, and these are all the types of videos I would create, and I loved building these types of buildings. They were always fun. Actually, now I think about it, I swear I was supposed to build a gaming cafe as well. You know what? I have now become inspired for my one of my next apartment builds. I would do a city complex with a gaming cafe. What else should I include in it? Maybe a little diner, because I was trying to go with that with the boba shop, but then it was just not working. So maybe a little diner, maybe a hairdresser's. I feel like the vibe would be early 2000s. You're playing Stardoll, you're playing My Movie Star Planet. That's your entire aesthetic. You love your virtual Fantage. If you remember Fantage, oh my gosh, no one ever remembers Fantage. But Fantage, there was even a Barbie virtual world. Like, you love those kinds of things. You get all your girly stuff from either Claire's or like anywhere really. In England, it's like a lot of New Look stuff. Especially with me, I used to just beg to get stuff from New Look, but I was always told that they're a bit too grown up for you, because I think I was like around 10, 11 at the time. So it was a lot of Asda George as well, and just a lot of sparkles, a lot of bright colors, mix it all together. And now you've got this area that's got this gaming cafe, and it's got this hairdresser. It's got all this. I think that would be so cute. I don't know whether I'm gonna make that into an apartment complex in addition to, but I think by itself, it sounds like a really cute idea. And yeah, no, no, that sounds really interesting. I'm really interested to doing that now. But I'm also trying to like save all of my ideas for, I do want to do a shopping mall, because well, I've done one, and I want to do a slightly smaller one because that one is so expansive to the point that I feel like if anyone was to actually try and run it, it would it would feel so empty because you're only allowed a certain amount of Sims. So I want to make a smaller one, a more compact one. Like, it could literally be on a 30 by 20 lot. But I want to do, okay, maybe not 30 by 20, because I do want to do a large car park. So maybe a 40 by 30. And it's got like a large car park, maybe even a multi-story car park. But then the actual mall itself is not too big. Yeah, I'm really interested in doing something like that, and I think I might do that quite soon, because as I said before, I like residentials, but I don't like them that much. I prefer doing community builds. That's why there's always like a bunch of extra stuff within my community builds. But what I was also thinking of potentially doing that I'm really, really intrigued about is lately I've been seeing a lot of people doing videos of streets, and I've done streets before. It's not a new concept on my channel, but I've been seeing people really go wild with these streets. And I've done the Italian villa, which I will finish soon. It'll be finished before the pack comes out. I do a lot of it. I have done a lot of streets before, but I'm really intrigued about doing an American street, like straight out suburbia sort of American streets. I think what I was talking about before. Wait, did I drop that point? Because now I'm realizing I must have mentioned it, but I did not finish it. So if I dropped that, I'm so sorry that you are probably very much confused how I just randomly dropped a point. But I was talking about, yeah, I was talking about it before I went on a whole rant about my tone. Wow. That shows you how great I am at managing conversations. But I want to do something very like Twilight inspired. So I was thinking of doing this street of maybe like 3 suburban homes and then a gas station with a convenience store, maybe a bookstore, and then just a multi 3 level apartment or something like that. I feel like that's really cute and it sounds like a lot, but in my head, I feel like I could potentially get it done in 3 hours and 30 minutes if I'm really passionate about what I'm building and I don't like bulldoze it 1,000,001 times. I do feel like I could get it done in that amount of time. But yeah, ooh, what I got a notification. It's just people coming into the house. And yeah, so what else is going on with this build? Why I decided to do a clothes store and why I decided to do a boba shop, like I said before, they're all very cutesy like things to me, but it gives me there's no age range to it. You can be any age and enjoy all these different qualities, but in my head, it's very, very glitzy glamour for pre-teen era. Like you love those bubbly kind of clothing stores, those bubbly kind of cafe areas, and the subway is cute and the laundromat. I don't show it that often. I'm going to show it in the house tour, but I don't think I show it in the cinematic intro. I don't really focus on it that much because you've seen my laundromats. I've done a lot of laundromat, but with this specific laundromat, I just it's so cute, and the way the sun shines in there in the mornings, nothing compares. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm obsessed. When I say I'm obsessed with that laundry area. But yeah, the basement glitched, but it did not glitch to the extent that it normally glitches at. So you know what? I'll take that. That's a win. That's a win in my book. But I think I'm getting up to doing no, I'm doing the laundry room now. I thought I was doing the apartment. But yes, you see what I mean? Like it's so cute. I was trying to do this whole like little section where you can get like all your like what do you call them? Like liquid washing liquid and washing powder. I was gonna do like a whole section of that, but it was just gonna be too cramped. I'm trying not to make things too unbelievably cramped. I love realism and I love the fact that things are cramped, but I was trying to do this really sleek, simple kind of build. Like I said before, so it was kind of like challenging for me not to just start to clutter everything up how I would imagine things to be cluttered, but I think it all just worked out near the end. And yeah, it's just a really cute build, and I'm just happy. I just love the tiles. I did actually. I never explained that. I did the. This is my first person asked cats and dogs. I did the cats and dogs check-in thing for next to the laundromat area just because I can imagine this is a laundromat that you check in saying, this is what I'm using, this is what I need to do, and it pops out with a token, and then you put that token in your washing machine, and it does it all there. Like, you don't have to fuss around with the washing machines. Like, everything is done through check-in, and I did a similar sort of format for the subway. The subway is the most distinctively British thing in my head because it's more reminiscent of the tube than it is, or the underground than it is of any other subway, just because I haven't been to any other subway. So in my head, it looks very reminiscent of that, but I really, really like it. It's sleek again, but it's very, very cute. And I don't know what kind of stories you'll be telling there because I don't think there is a thing, a lick of anything to do in that area. But you never know. You guys have crazy, amazing imaginations. So you could potentially use that for something. I don't know what. My imagination does not go that far. I mainly would use it as almost like a set. But yeah, oh, like just imagine two people get off a train, they meet each other and they find out they're two different people from worlds apart and everything like that. It's just there's so many potentials right there. And I like the way that looks. And then there is me. This could be out of this could be out of sync because the amount of times I've paused and played this recording, it's crazy. This could be oh my gosh. Okay, you don't know what just happened. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what just happened. Do you know when you've got energy, right? And then one of a sudden your body's just like, oh no, I'm good now. I'm good. I don't want to take a nap. I'm I don't want to take a nap though, because it's like the thing is I sleep a lot. I've said this before. I can sleep up to 14 hours, which I know that's not the most healthy thing out there, but I sleep a lot, not for the sake of I'm always tired, which I am, but it's also because I love dreaming. Dreaming is amazing. Even the scary dreams, the scary, but the is the visceralness of being in this environment where anything could happen, but there's no actual consequences of what occurs in them. And I, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not saying I like bad dreams. I don't like them, but even them, they give me a different sense of perspective, and they make me so happy. Okay, not happy, but they make me so intrigued. And I just love the dreams that are good, but there's mystery. Like when I'm a superhero, this sounds so cliche, and it's like, well, how did you get to this point? I don't actually know. My attention span is crazy. I cannot remember what happened 5 seconds ago, but I can remember what happened 10 years ago. And I can't remember what happened 2 seconds ago, but I can remember what happened 10 minutes ago. But then if you tell me, but if you tell me But if you tell me, hey, what happened at the start of this recording, I'll just kind of look at you like you've just told me to say like my entire life history in the spot because I just can't remember. But yeah, to get off of that point, oh wait, actually, do you know what I said I was gonna say, but I didn't say? Now I'm thinking about it because I was gonna go back and talk about the build because I actually really love the interior design of this build. It is so cute. Like it's so cute. Yeah, no, sorry. I'm looking back at it and it's like, ooh, you're very pretty. I like you. But no, I what I said I was gonna say, but I didn't say because I ran out of time, and I'm probably gonna remember a million and one things to say as the recording is about to finish. But I remember I was gonna talk about my whole channel rebrand. So it's not a complete rebrand, but it is a rebrand in the sense of I used to have a Sims avatar as my profile picture, and then I used to have one of my model Sims as my background picture before it used to be one of my other Sims sitting in a beautifully decorated home. Um, but I decided to go on this route because it just feels very, how do I say it? It feels very just simple but explanatory. So, for example, I've got a simple but explanatory profile picture that was AI generated of myself. It's not. It's got certain aspects that are similar to me, mainly skin color and hair type. But beyond that, I don't. To be fair, there's very little ways I cannot look like that, but there's very little ways I can look like that because it's just quite standard. But yeah, I changed that, and then with my channel banner, I decided to do my actual like builds in the background. So I did two of my favorite, well, not okay, not my favorite. Are they my favorite? I think they just look the prettiest, but I don't think they're necessarily my favorite. So I did the Cyber City, and then I did the Fiona and Helia cabin thing that I did. Which, if you haven't seen Fiona, if you haven't seen Fiona and Helia's cabin thing, you should go and look at it. It's somewhere on my channel, but if it's not, if you can't find it, I might put it in the description. If I don't, please remind me and I will send you a link. But yeah, those are one of like the aesthetically pleasing looking ones I've got going on. So I did that. I wanted everything to be green because, EmeraldStories, but it wasn't working. One day you will go on my channel and everything will be green. And honestly, you just have to come to accept it. I love green. The color is so beautiful, and it's just coincidence that it is the same color as The Sims Plum Bob. But I've been a green defender. I've been a green lover for the longest time. It remains my ultra everything favorite color in the whole wide world. But yeah, I decided to do a channel rebrand. Tell me if you guys like it or not. I really, really love it. And yeah, also, you guys give me a lot of amazing suggestions of what you would like me to build. The more subscribers I get, the more people go into the community tab post and give me suggestions. And I do look at your suggestions. I always research in if I can do it and if I feel like I want to do, and in the sake of I always want to be extremely interested in what I'm building. I never want to build something for the sake of building something. So I always look at it and I try and find ways to be inspired to build it. So for example, the rundown apartment, I did not want to build until I started looking at different types of edits on social media and different types of, I didn't watch the films because I watched the films afterwards, but even just different types of like just media, and I was just like, I want to build something like that, and that's what really inspired me to do them and down apartment. And with this, like I said before, I just wanted to make something cute. I wanted to make something simple. And with the 70s build, I just wanted to make something that I know of. I've been making a lot of builds this week that I've never actually been to. I always like making at least one build within the week. It's not going to be like standard, like I will 100% make a build that I've been to or seen every week, but I do like making a build that I've at least been outside of or inside of, or had some sort of a similarity, what's the word when you try and you know what, it's completely lost, where we was some kind of like real life experience with. So yeah, that's what I do. But the video has ended. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, but if you don't want to, that's also okay. I appreciate you so much for staying this long and listening to all of my ramblings. Also, don't forget to leave a comment down below. I read all of your comments, the more the merrier, and I'll see you guys potentially like a good 80% in another video today. But if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It depends. I've got the video done. I've got most of it done. I just need to do the voiceover. Not 9 times out of 10, the issue is just always the voiceover. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.